that I've been doing is it's just really, I mean, it's organizing based work, but it's organizing work to help an artist out. You know, you've been making work for a while now. How can you organize yourself where, you know, you're rebuilding your website, looking at your resumes again, you know, artist statements, and then also contacting, museums who'd be interested in showing your work. So that's been primarily what I've been doing, as a way to help prepare me for the next step. And then of course, I'm at White Bear right now, working as an artist in residence to help develop an artist in residence program. So that's a part of like a lot of work that I'm doing. I mean, that's self-exploratory idea of how can we create a better artist ecosystem rather than this idea that artists just makes work constantly. It's more about how we can prepare artists for for success, or being able to allow them to gain a place within this artist economy or artist world that we kind of live in. That's full-time work that I'm doing, and then of course with my family, my newborn, too. So my work is about myself and my community, my Hmong American community. I've been doing these large-scale installations using objects and artifacts within my community, primarily joss paper or spirit money, that's folded into these bolt-like shapes and then installed within a space, to kind of talk about my personal identity, or to talk about the anxieties and anxiety, stress, and even happiness within the Hmong American community. So that's the kind of work that I do. It's the pouring in emotions of ideas that is within our culture within our community. This isolation, and of course having a family, you realize you really have to be more organized. You really have to have a plan and an action, especially if you want to continue doing being relevant and continue doing work, at least doing artwork, so that you're not stuck with not making or not thinking about it. And that's the sort of the kind of feeling that I do have sometimes, where I feel like I'm stuck, or I feel like I'm not a part of the arts community. But I that's why I really that's why I really treasure my own immediate community and look at it as really an influence and inspiration. I think that the best advice right now is to really, of course, look, be introspective, look at, who you are. I think really come back and, decide, what you want to do as an artist career, and reorganize, replan, take out the resume, take out your portfolio, and start looking at it again. So I think these are essential things that, tools that an artist needs to, especially young artists who need to really get together. And if they really want to be serious, to take it to the next, I think, like I said, to have next steps and to have a good way of going into, getting the next opportunity that's available. So I mean, I think that's the best advice, for best utilizing this time right now.